these are the Ashokes. This is what they come in, like a bundle like this, and I have at least two of it. So in case it's not enough, if this one is not enough, I can take from this. So in order to make our Bubu, we have to start by combining this. So we're going to cut what we need and combine. For the cutting of it, right, we're going to have to fold it. As you can see it's folded. So what I went ahead to do is fold it and measure out 60. Okay, so you basically work with the length of what you want. If the length of what you want is 50 something, you can do that, but make sure you have it in a fold, right? Make sure you have it in a fold, and then you go ahead to cut it out. Okay, make sure it's in a fold. This is very important. Okay, so I've gone ahead to cut this, and I cut 3 on one side and 3 on the other side. So basically I have 6 pieces of length 60, because we are going to add our sewing allowance, right? And I have 3 on each part. Then there's another part that we get to cut, but we do not get to cut in a fold. Okay, so you see how this is in a fold, right? And we cut out length 60 for this one. This one part, remember you have to cut 3, which is 6 of this folded one, and then 1 of the non-folded one. You can see at the edge here, both edges here, it's not folded, but this is also length 60, and this would be what will represent the back area. This is what will represent the back area. So let's go to the machine now and put these ones together. Basically what you want to do is make sure that the edge of this here is meeting the edge of this right here. Okay, you have to make sure that both of them are aligned. This is what it's going to look like when it's all put together. See? Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut out this excess. What I like to do is just basically bend it, so I know exactly where I'm cutting off, and then I just go ahead and cut it right off. Okay, so what I did was, out of the 3 pieces that I cut for each side, I went ahead to join 2 like this. This is joined in 2 and this is joined in 2. Right now I want to go ahead and do the back part of it, which entails this. Right, this is going to be at the center of it. The reason why it's folded again is it's basically representing both the front and the back, like. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now is take that one that is not folded but it's length 60, and we'll go ahead to close it like this towards the back area. So we'll basically do this like this and this like this, and when we're done with that, I'll come back and show you what it looks like. This is what it's going to look like. This part where we have our 60 but not folded, we're going to go ahead and create a curve around that part. So we're going to come over on this side and create like a neckline, right? So I'm basically going to use my curve tool for this, but I don't want it to be too deep and I don't want it to be too okay, marking like 3/4 inch, 3/4 inch. Oh yes, so this is 3 inches, so there's that. I'm just going to take my curve there from that part. I'm just going to make a curve all the way. Okay, and then yeah. And then I'll just go ahead and cut. Basically. You can see now how we have a curve at that part, right? That's a very beautiful curve. The next thing I'm going to do for this is go ahead, these two parts that I did not add at the beginning, I'm going to go ahead and add it at the edges here and here. I'm going ahead to add to it the last ones, right? So for the neck area, all we're going to do is something like this, right? So we have this. I've gone ahead. What you need to do is go ahead and measure from the bottom side all the way. So measure around to get what you need, right? And then you also go ahead to measure the neck area like you're supposed to. Okay. And for the neck area, what I have is 26. I added 1 inch more. So that would give us 13. 13 plus 1, 14. I'm just going to buy him. Oh my God. So I'm going to go ahead now and sew. Basically bend this like this to get the midpoint of this. So I'll go ahead to sew from here all the way to the bottom. Okay, let's go and do that now. Now that we've gone ahead to put that together, the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and turn it in so we can see the final work of this. See how I'm turning this in? So basically just bend it and then fold it, and it will give you the right side of the fabric. And this is what it's going to look like. If yours doesn't fit, like if you put it around your neck and it doesn't sit right with you, you can go ahead and loosen it and redo it so it fits not just you but your client. Now that we have that all sorted out, I'm going to go ahead and cut out the excess of this. Now we're going to go ahead and pin this at the center of the gown. Now we're going to go ahead and fold this to get the center part. Make sure everything is sitting correctly because you don't want to miss the center part. And then you go ahead and give it a little notch at the edge there. We're also going to notch the edge of the neck part, so just go ahead and give this a notch as well so we know where the center is for both the dress and the addition to the dress. We're going to go ahead now and use our pins to hold this down, notch area to notch area, and then we'll go ahead and sew starting from the neck area. We'll go ahead and sew all the way to the end of one side, and then we'll do the same for the other side as well. Now that we're done with that, this is what it looks like. The next thing we're going to do is go ahead and close the sides, right? So we're going to go from the top part, which you'd call your shoulder part, and mark out 11. Now marking out 11 because this person is on the bigger side and she would want this to be as free as possible. Okay, so I'm marking out 11 instead of 10 on both sides, and then after that I will go ahead and do the calculation of the hip measurement and start from the middle part to mark it out. So you do hip measurement divided by 4, and whatever your hip measurement is, whether the person is on the bigger or on the smaller side, you go ahead and mark that out and add 1 inch at least for sewing allowance. I'm adding 1.5 inch. You can do 1 inch if you want. For me here, this person's hip measurement is 11, so I went ahead to add 1.5 inch, which is 12.5. After which I'll take to my sewing machine and close it from the start line to the bottom line, and I will do this for both sides of the dress. After doing that, I'll go ahead to close the hem of the dress by 1 inch or 1.5 inch, and this is what it would look like after we are done. The stonework is optional, as you can see, but I hope you enjoyed the process of making yours as I have enjoyed the process of making mine. And with that being said, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified when I post a new video. Don't forget to love yourself, because I love you. Have a beautiful day or night, whichever it is you live for. Bye.